Hey guys, it's me Meteor, and welcome to an edition of What is Metroid Canon? Today we're going to be talking about Zero Mission. At the beginning of Zero Mission, Samus receives an emergency order to exterminate all the Metroids along with the mechanical lifeform Mother Brain on the planet Zebes. However, once the game starts, Samus mentions she once called this place home before evil haunted the caverns below. Knowing this, some may wonder when this was and what exactly brought it to its current state. Well, in 2003, there was an official manga released that answered these questions. While the manga may have some inconsistencies with the main games, its general backstory of Samus, the Chozo, and Zebes can easily be considered canon, as it's referenced not just in Zero Mission, but also Other M, the Metroid Prime Trilogy art booklet, Samus Returns, and even in Metroid Dread promo articles. Regardless, in this manga, we find out Zebes was originally a Chozo colony. It was by no means the only one, but that's another story. In fact, the Chozo were even the ones who created Mother Brain and the Metroids. The reasoning for the latter will be discussed later. Mother Brain, or Mother as they called it, was the computer that oversaw the planet and kept in contact with other colonies. Even so, why exactly would Samus consider it her home? Well, we must look back at Samus' childhood for that. At the age of 3, Samus and her parents Virginia and Rodney Aaron were living on an Earth colony known as K2L. This planet was a great source of a mineral fans translated as a floraltite, which was used as a type of fuel. The Chozo came to the planet in hopes of asking for some of their own, to no avail, and left. However, their departure caught the interest of Ridley and the space pirates, causing them to detect the high levels of the material and raid it. They would proceed to destroy every living being on the planet for it. Not even Samus' parents survived. Her mom was burned to death distracting Ridley long enough for Samus to escape, and her dad sacrificed himself, blowing up Ridley's ship. Following a distress signal, the Chozo returned to K2L and discovered Samus, the girl they met earlier, was the only survivor. Samus was then taken to Zebes, where the Chozo would eventually raise her. However, to survive in Zebes' harsh environment, her body was integrated with Chozo DNA to adapt to its climate. The Chozo would then proceed to give her the power suit and train her in hopes she will become the true protector of the galaxy. Even though she never finished her training, after 11 years, knowing their species is on the verge of collapse, they send Samus off to find her own path. This would be the last time she would see Zebes in its current state. What could possibly bring about such a drastic change to this planet? Well, let's focus a little bit on the Chozo this time. A long time ago, they were a great, powerful, advanced civilization. Their age unfortunately caught up with them, affecting their ability to reproduce and fall as a society. Mother Brain viewed this as a sign of weakness. Once the space pirates came to raid Zebes, it saw opportunity. Mother already inherited the knowledge of the Chozo and no longer had use for them. It would instead control the pirates to create a new army and eliminate the Chozo, deeming them obsolete. Try as they may to stop it, it was no use. While some may have been able to flee, others were killed. Whatever the case, not a single Chozo from that point remained on Zebes. As time went on, the space pirate army would weaponize the Metroids, increase in number, and it would end up becoming their planet. Thus, while there may have been an emergency order to eliminate the threats, for Samus, it was most likely personal. Defeating the one responsible for the death of everyone she loved must have been oh so satisfying, even if just for a moment. destroying the mechanical being who sided with the killer's team, icing on the freezing cake. Of course, any sense of accomplishment Samus may have would be short-lived. In typical sci-fi fashion, Mother's defeat leads to a self-destruct sequence. When Samus does escape, pirates shoot her down, causing her to crash land. Even worse, her power suit was destroyed from it. Her only real option? Sneak into the space pirate mothership with the most pathetic excuse of a stun gun possible and hope to survive. What could one possibly try to accomplish by doing this? Well, the ship was docked at Chozodia. Samus most likely remembered a mural the Choser have shown her and wanted to access it specifically. You see, the power suit Samus had at the beginning of the game wasn't the legendary fully powered suit. In fact, a few items she collected earlier weren't even compatible with it. This mural, or the Ruins test, would be her only chance of survival, as those who pass it are given this legendary suit. After passing this test, I guess we can say Samus has finally finished her training. Equipped with this new suit, she blasts through the mothership with ease and escapes with one of its own ships. With the mothership and Mother Brain destroyed, she can truly say her mission was accomplished. Now, there was another obstacle Samus had to face before her departure, an unfinished robot known as Mecha Ridley. According to a Q&A, this robot was created by Ridley himself before its construction was cut short. Considering this is by no means the last we see of Ridley or the Space Pirates, it makes you wonder if we'll see a fully completed version of this thing left over in Dread. Alternatively, it could have also been used to create something else, but we'll get into that later. Anyway, with that we've talked about everything we needed to about Zero Mission. See you guys next mission.